This might be the first wet and dry vacuum update that actually makes sense. Let's find out more. We live in an age where companies are constantly putting out new products, and technology and innovation often cannot keep up with that release cycle. And therefore we find ourselves as consumers with new product releases every year that have only marginal upgrades from last year's model. And as of late, I've noticed the same thing with wet and dry vacuum cleaners, whereby every year we have a new refresh and new update, but it often only has incremental updates from last year's model. And within Dreame's wet and dry lineup, they had the H12 Pro, then they released H13, H14, recently the H15, and now they somehow went back to the H12 Pro with the release of the H12 Pro FlexReach, an updated version of the H12 Pro. Now that sounds a bit confusing, and it actually is. So then why did I say it's the first update that makes sense? Well, because what they actually updated from the H12 is quite significant and makes a lot of sense. And I'll try to demystify a little bit what has changed in the review. But before we do, full transparency, this is a sponsored review by Dreame. They did send me the product for free. However, they had no editorial input. All opinions in this review are completely mine. They did not see any script or tell me what to say or what not to say. So I will be presenting the facts and my opinions completely uncensored. Having said that, let me tell you why this update makes sense and what has changed from the H12 Pro. And to better help illustrate what has changed, I've compiled this table which showcases what has been updated from the H12 Pro. And as you will see, there's been a lot of significant updates in all the places that actually matter. To start off, the power has been upgraded from 300 watts or 16,000 pascals to 400 watts and 18,000 pascals. The H12 Pro could not lay flat, so there was no 180-degree lay flat capability. The FlexReach, obviously from the name, does 180-degree lay flat capability, so it can go under furniture, under tables, under your bed, and clean them, which is great. The H12 Pro did not really have anti-hair tangle capabilities. Well, it did some sort of minimizing tangling, but it did not have a dedicated scraper or a comb to actually detangle hair. The FlexReach model has that, and it does an excellent job, and you'll see that in the cleaning test, where I subjected it to a lot of hair, in very long strands of hair, and there was absolutely none that were tangled on the brush roll. The battery life, another really important factor, has been upgraded from 35 minutes up to 50 minutes. They both still have edge cleaning, which is great. The modes are another major thing that was upgraded, and that actually has been a constant negative point for me against the Dreame lineup, and I voiced that in my reviews of the H12, 13, and 14, whereby I always felt they somehow kept missing an important cleaning mode. The H12 Pro, for example, had an automatic mode whereby there's a sensor that automatically adjusts the cleaning power based on how much dirt or debris you are going over, which is great. But then it has an ultra mode, and what that does was the electrolysis of water for cleaning, but it maintained the same amount of suction power, the same water on the brush roll, which is something I wasn't very fond of because I kind of want a turbo mode or a maximum mode in my wet and dry vacuum that forces the machine to kick into maximum power without relying on the sensor. That was missing in the H12 Pro, and I'm happy to see they added that to the FlexReach. They both have suction mode, which is great, and a good point in favor of the FlexReach is that it is true suction mode. So a lot of the wet and dry vacuums in the market that do have suction mode actually are not pure suction. They still dispense a little bit of liquid to the brush roll. With the H12 Pro FlexReach, it is pure suction, so there's absolutely no liquid that's being dispensed, which is a good thing for many people. And lastly, they have another fourth mode, which is quiet mode. In case you want to operate this with less noise, you have that mode. So the FlexReach actually has all four important modes, which is, believe it or not, something rare to find, as I find many competitors actually mess this up or omit one mode or the other. Now they both still don't have any auto solution dispensing tank or assisted wheels. That is, the wheels themselves don't have any motors to help with propelling the machine. However, the FlexReach does make use of the force generated by the rotating brush roll to help propel the machine forward. The wheels have also been upgraded. They are now larger than those on the H12 Pro, which makes it a bit easier to maneuver. The result is a machine that's very easy to maneuver. You do get assistance in the forward motion, But unfortunately, because the wheels themselves don't have any motors, you don't get any assistance in the backward motion. And there's still no headlight on either of them. However, where things get even more interesting is in the brush cleaning and brush drying. So after you're done cleaning your house, you put the machine back on the base and start cleaning the brush roll and drying it after. The H12 Pro cleaned the brush roll with room temperature water. The FlexReach cleans it with 90-degree hot water. Technically not hot water, but rather hot air. So with the previous Dreame models that do hot brush cleaning, there's usually a heating element on the base where the water collects. That heats up the water that is then used to clean the brush roll. With the FlexReach, they take a different approach. There's no heating element and the water is not actually collecting in the base, but rather there's hot air at 90 degrees Celsius that is blowing on the brush roll as it is being cleaned. In theory, there's more of a benefit to actual hot water cleaning than hot air cleaning, just because water has better heat conductivity than air. And therefore, it would be more effective if you're cleaning with hot water, both for the disinfecting properties or the cleaning ability, versus cleaning with fresh water and hot air blowing on it. However, that's the theory behind it in practice. And again, you'll see that in the cleaning tests. I found the machine cleaned the brush roll extremely well, even after stress tests going over ketchup, coffee, and milk. So while I would have preferred if it was hot water cleaning rather than hot air, in practice, I think it makes little difference. The brush drying is also something that was upgraded from the H12 Pro. In the 12 Pro, you had 55 degrees Celsius brush drying, and the cycle lasted 60 minutes. With the FlexReach, it's 90 degrees, which is awesome. And in theory, there's two modes. There's a fast 5-minute mode and a slower 30-minute mode. Now, I need to stop a little bit on that point. Typically, when wet and dry vacuums offer two drying modes, a fast and a quick one, typically speaking, the fast mode is actually loud and fast, and the slow mode is actually a lower noise level and slow. I found it a bit strange what Dreame has implemented, and I saw the same with the H15 Pro that I also reviewed on the channel, whereby both modes seem to be operating at exactly the same noise level. Now, upon testing this repeatedly and timing things, I noticed that if you start the fast drying mode, which you can achieve by pressing the self-cleaning button twice in a row, what ends up happening is roughly a 6-7 minute cleaning session, but that's actually divided into 3 minutes of actually cleaning the brush roll. And the last 3 minutes, the brush roll is rotating at high speed, so it's actually kind of like centrifugal drying, while the hot 90-degree air is blowing on that brush roll. So you do get a 3-minute kind of drying session within the cleaning session, and then this is followed by a 5-minute drying session. What I found very interesting though, after the cleaning session, so that's the first 6 minutes, which have a 3-minute drying session, the brush roll was almost entirely dry. So there's actually no need for the extra 5-minute drying session. Now, if you do opt to go for the silent drying, the cleaning session is actually shorter. It's about 4 minutes rather than 6 minutes, which includes about a minute of actually drying the brush roll, followed by a 30-minute drying session. Now with that mode, after the cleaning session is done and before the drying one starts, the brush roll is not really dry. But another interesting thing is if I let it start that 30-minute drying session afterwards, and I stop it only 10 minutes later, the brush roll is entirely dry. Now, of course, there's a lot of factors that go into that result, being the ambient temperature and the relative humidity in your room. So I guess Dreame was erring on the side of caution, accounting for lower ambient temperature or places with higher humidity, and to make sure that the brush roll is dry either way, which is great. The last thing I want is a brush roll that's still wet or humid after that session. But it's just to say that you might not need the entire 30 minutes. 10 minutes might be enough. Or if you run the fast cleaning, within the first 6 minutes, you might have a completely dry brush roll, which is great. And lastly, another very welcome upgrade is the solid filter. So this is the filter inside the dirty water tank that separates the solids from the liquid. It is something the H12 Pro did not have, and I think this is an important thing, because then you can dump the solids in your garbage bin and pour the liquids down the sink or the toilet. The H12 FlexReach also upgraded that, and now it has a filter for the solids. Having said that, let's see how it performs in the cleaning tests. Starting off with the coffee stain test, I let coffee dry over 12 hours, and as you can see from the first pass, it got all of the coffee out. However, I was a bit disappointed with the edge cleaning performance. It left a stain of around 1.5 centimeters, which is not terrible, but it's not great either. Next up, the ketchup test, again dried over 12 hours, and this is a very tough stain to remove. It took a lot of passes, but eventually it did get the ketchup stain out, as you can see. After that fresh ketchup test, this is an easier stain, and from the first pass, absolutely no issue getting all of the ketchup out. After that, the milk and cereal test, again, from the first pass, it gets all of the milk and the cereal out. And this is where you can see the automatic mode and the sensor in action. The indicator light goes from green to orange to red as I go over the mess, and you can hear the suction power changing accordingly. After all these tests, this is what the brush roll looked like. And as you can see, there's a lot of staining on the brush roll from the ketchup, from the coffee, from the milk and cereal. And this is the dirty water tank. There's a filter to catch the solids, and it did a good job at catching all of these solids here. And then all the liquids were caught in that tank, and this is all the liquid that it sucked up. After all these tests, I put the machine back on its base and started the cleaning session. This was the 6-minute cleaning session. And as you can see, it's blowing hot air on the brush roll. My thermal camera registered about 70 degrees, but as I showed you earlier, if I put it straight at the source where the hot air is coming out, it registered a little over 80 degrees. And then this is what the brush roll looked like after the cleaning. As you can see, it did a great job. There's barely any stains, any signs of everything that we just cleaned. And this is where I noticed it's actually dry after that 6-minute session. And as you can see, I put a tissue paper on the brush roll and it's completely dry. Now, if you're curious as to the sound level during that cleaning mode, the 3-minute session where it's drying it is a bit loud at around 65 decibels. But if you do engage the actual drying session, it's at around 55 decibels. And this is all the water it extracted from the brush roll in the cleaning session. Lastly, to test the anti-air tangle capabilities, I put a lot of very long strands of hair on the floor. I went over them with the H12 Pro FlexReach, and I was very happy to see that absolutely no hairs were tangled on the brush roll, 100% tangle-free. Instead, everything was caught in the filter in the dirty water tank, as you can see. So here are my thoughts on the H12 Pro FlexReach. As I said in the introduction, I think it's the first upgrade to a previous model that actually makes sense. It has a lot of significant changes in the right places, which is what makes it great. Now, I do understand the Dreame lineup might be a little bit confusing at this point, especially in that they went from the 12, 13, 14, 15 and back to the 12. I did compile this table over here to help you understand the differences between the different models. Now, the reason I'm particularly impressed with the H12 Pro FlexReach is that I would choose it over most of the Dreame lineup, even models that are technically higher, so the H13 and 14. And I think in absolute value, the only model I would choose over the FlexReach is the H14 Pro, which has a few additional things that the FlexReach doesn't have. For example, it has an auto solution dispensing tank. It has traction wheels, so the wheels themselves have a motor, so it helps propel the machine both forward and backward. And it has app connectivity, so you can configure some of the things. But the problem is, it is significantly more expensive than the FlexReach. Base price alone is around $300 more expensive, which, if you're looking for value for money, all the extra features the H14 Pro has are great, but in my opinion, definitely not worth the extra $300, which makes the H12 Pro FlexReach, in my opinion, the best value for money Dreame wet and dry vacuum cleaner in their entire lineup. There's actually a promotion right now on the H12 Pro FlexReach. I'll put links in the description to check the price at the moment you're watching this review. These are affiliate links, so if you do decide to purchase the vacuum cleaner, I would appreciate if you would go through the links. I may earn some commission at absolutely no extra cost to you, but this will greatly help support the channel. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, as this encourages me to continue producing content. Until next time, cheers.